All right, we're back. We are back after pretty eventful day. There's been some interesting results. But we're watching Alcaraz. He's taking on Nakashima. They played twice. Once in the Challenger, once in the Next Gen Finals. It's both have gone to Alcaraz. So really, they haven't played in over nearly 4 years. This is really the first match, official match that they're kind of playing. Alcaraz has the ankle injury, and Nakashima, his career has been interesting. He's had great moments at times, but then he's also dropped off at times. So similar generation, they're 2 years apart in age. So let's see if Nakashima can do something against Alcaraz, if he's can surprise Alcaraz. I'm not sure. We haven't watched Nakashima in a minute, so I don't know what his game looks like, if anything's changed, but we'll see what happens. Also, I think Medvedev's winning at the moment, so that's cool. Ruud won earlier. Runa lost earlier. Musetti won. Tien won as well. Menchik won yesterday. Zverev's coming up later. Fritz beat Quarter in a 3-setter earlier as well. Rybakina lost, which was a bit of a surprise. Gauff won in 3. Palini's playing right now. Anisimov playing later. So that's what's still to come. Now, I don't know what we do tomorrow besides watching them. The winner of this will play Ruud. So if we'll watch Alcaraz Ruud tomorrow. But I don't think the Beijing schedule's out yet. But Sinner will be on tomorrow. Swiatek will be on tomorrow. Raducanu Pegula will be tomorrow, that's an interesting match. By the way, looking at Raducanu's record, she's only losing to like top players lately, which is really interesting. So yeah, that'd be a really fun match tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know who else is playing tomorrow. Maybe there's other players as well, but those are the major ones. But what's going on? Surely Alcaraz in straights? You would think so, right? You would think so, but we'll see. Because Alcaraz, he was down a break early yesterday before turning it around. So, yeah. Can Nakashima push Carlos? I don't know. I'm not sure. Nakashima can beat a lot of good names. So he when he's playing well, he is dangerous. But I don't know if he could beat Alcaraz. And I don't know how Alcaraz is going to look. Is Alcaraz 100% back? Is he going to be a bit sore after yesterday? Remember, the other day, when he rolled his ankle, he had a day between matches. Now he's played yesterday, he's played today, less than 24 hours later. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Hey, the Beijing schedule just came out. Perfect timing. They were waiting. What's my life look like tomorrow? Okay, so Sinner's playing in the afternoon. Swiatek and Sinner are playing at the same time. Good work. Good. What a great schedule. Good stuff. How good's that? Let's put the number 1 seeds on 2 different courts at the same time. What a great idea. That's really fun. Cool. Thank you, Shanghai. Thank you, Beijing. That's so smart. Raducanu Pegula is on court 2 as well, which is very strange. I guess because Zhang and Noska are at nighttime, so that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, all right. So I guess we're doing a double header, and then we're doing Raducanu Pegula into Alcaraz Ruud if Alcaraz wins. So that's okay. Interesting. We're not going to watch Menchik Demonor. We watched that at the Labour Cup and it wasn't great. And also, you know the rules. Other than that, I think that's about it. There you go. But let's see what Nakashima could do. Let's see. But how are we doing, chat? What are we doing? I'm rearranging my house. I'm in the middle of doing that right now. So that's why I'm here to watch this match and then go back to work. So I'm taking a quick break from doing housework to come here, and then I'll be gone. So that's fun. So that's what I'm doing. By the way, the schedule's really messing me up because we've got, I think, a final on Monday in Beijing for the men, and then the women's finals on. I don't even know where the women's final. I don't even know. Does anyone know the schedule? The men's finals on Wednesday in Tokyo. It's on Tuesday. Women's finals on Sunday. I think. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this schedule. It's all over the place. And then we've got Shanghai starts at some point this week, I think. I don't know. I have no clue what is happening. I don't know what's going on. Schedule's a mess. Do you think Team World will have extra confidence next year because London is the only European venue where they have won? Maybe, yeah. But it depends who plays. It's not really about... Because if the players that won in London aren't there, then what confidence, Team World will be... If they're a different team, it's not going to have any effect. Medvedev Zverev could be tomorrow as well. Oh, true. Is that tomorrow? That's like late tomorrow, isn't it? That'll be like late tomorrow. Raducanu was dreadful today, honestly. Yeah, I saw that result and I was a bit surprised. I was a little surprised at how she went. Lee's played well, to be fair. Yeah, she must have. I mean, she won in... It's her first top 10 win, so she must have played pretty well. Well enough. The plan is to see what Alcaraz... If he's moving any better. Unfortunately, yesterday we didn't get a chance to see how he looked. We saw the second half of the match, but we didn't get to see what he looked like when he was down in that first set and what happened, So at least we get a chance to do that today. And see if Alcaraz is okay. If he's feeling okay. Or if the ankle is a problem. Because when he plays Ruud tomorrow, if he beats Nakashima, Ruud is not going to let Alcaraz away. Right? He's gonna make it tough. He's going to make it tough. Because we know how good Casper Ruud is, and we know how Ruud plays, and how consistent he is. After yesterday, are you going to stream one match at a time? I mean, it just depends on what matches happen. I mean, sometimes I can't help. We have to watch, right? Tomorrow, Swiatek and Sinner are playing at the same time, so we're going to have to watch them both at the same time. So that's unavoidable because I'm not picking one or the other because we're watching both. You know what I mean? I'm not going to only watch Sinner because there's a lot of Swiatek fans on the channel, and I'm not going to just watch Swiatek because then the Sinner fans will riot. So we'll do a double header. But I just hope that no other matches are on at the same time as that match. Are those matches? It's only when there's 3 matches. That's when it becomes awkward. When there's 2 matches, we do a double header. When there's 3 matches, that's a little tricky. But I think at this rate, we're only watching 2 tomorrow. So, as we had a backhand winner from Alcaraz down the line, it's 15-0. But we'll see. All right. Alcaraz backhand winner, 15-0. I remember when you did 3 double headers during the Australian Open. You had to do 3 doubleheaders during the Australian Open this year. Yeah, I mean, we've done doubleheaders for a while, but I just don't like doing them. If we can avoid them, I try, but sometimes we can't avoid them. So we'll watch Swiatek and Sinner simultaneously, and that's okay. As long as no other matches clash, it's fine. There's a 4-0 from Nakashima. That goes out, and it's 15-30. 15-30. Chance for Alcaraz to break straight away. Ruud beat Alcaraz at the ATP Finals last year. There you go. Then that should be interesting. 15-30. As the return from Alcaraz goes wide. 30-0. 30-0. Nakashima serves again. And to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand slice Nakashima. Alcaraz with the forehand again. The backhand of Nakashima. As Alcaraz comes to the net. Nakashima with a pass, but it's no good. Break point for Alcaraz. 30-40. Good volley by Carlos. 30-40. As Nakashima serves. And the return goes back in of Nakashima. Backing out from Alcaraz. The forehand of Nakashima. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Nakashima slice. As Alcaraz with the forehand inside out winner. There's the break. 1-0. 1-0 to Alcaraz. All right. One zero. All right. One O. By the way, chat, we're almost at 100 likes already, which is great. Fukina breaks back. Yeah, what's going on with Medi? Is Medi finding form? It must be. 15 love. Alcaraz another good serve. 30 love. Oh, yeah, Lulu's son won as well today. Sorry, I've missed that. Yeah, Son went on and won the WTA 125. So after beating Eala yesterday, she went on and won the whole trophy, which is she won like really quickly too. It was like an hour. So yeah, Lulu's son won in Jingshan, so that was good. As with a backhand slice from Alcaraz into the forehand of Nakashima. Alcaraz slice. Nakashima forehand down the line. Alcaraz gets it with a slice, but it's in the net. 30-15. Yeah, so she went on and won the whole thing. And now I think she's got to play next week against Jovic. So that's going to make that match even more interesting, that first round. in the next week's event. So yeah. So both of them are now in great form. All right. Alcaraz 30-15. As Alcaraz hits a winner, 4-15. $40-15. $40-15. As a 4-1 winner there from Alcaraz. 2-love. 2-0. 2-0. Sorry to hear that, Laura. Hopefully you're all right. Hopefully we can take your mind off things for an hour. All right, 2-love. As Nakashima wins first point, 15-love. All right, 15-love. As Nakashima serves a fault, second serve. Backhand return, the backhand of Nakashima. Backhand from Alcaraz as Nakashima goes to forehand of Alcaraz. And then Nakashima hits it out. 15-0. $15-all. As Alcaraz with a forehand pass. Nakashima with a drop volley. Alcaraz going to get there with a slice. And then the volley from Nakashima, too good. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. And the return from Alcaraz goes out. 40-15. $40-15. $40-15. As the backhand goes in the backhand of Nakashima. Slice from Alcaraz. And Nakashima puts up a lob. Alcaraz with a smash. He hits it long. Nakashima takes the lead. What the hell? Get out of here. All right. All right. 2-1. Alcaraz of the break. Yeah, it was my computer freaking out. I went on Facebook Marketplace for 2 seconds and I get attacked. All right. 2-1 Alcaraz of the break. Um, 2-1. All right. Oh. 2-1. All right. 2-1. Alcaraz the break. Chet, do you ever just like write stuff on paper all the time and then just get piles of paper and you just don't know where you wrote the things you need to know? I've just got pieces of paper everywhere. And I don't remember where I wrote the important information on. It's got paper and paper and paper. It's like, the hell? Where the hell did I write that important thing that I need to look at? Watching Alcaraz instead of Medvedev, that's bold. Okay. Happy Sunday. 15 love. Love. Use sticky notes instead? No, I have too much to write. I write too many long things. I just use scrap bits of paper too, which doesn't help. All right, Alcaraz 30 love. I can't remember what I wrote down. All right, whatever. All right, Alcaraz 40 love. What time is it? I'm in Melbourne time. Okay. $40 love. As Alcaraz holds easily, and it is 3-1. Palini up 5-1. Nice. All right. All right. 3-1. As Alcaraz too strong is love 15. All right. Watch any good movies lately? Now I'm rearranging my house, so my movie room, my movie setup is all over the place. I mean, I watched Tombstone. That was great. I watched Grand Budapest Hotel. That was great as well. Yeah. So there are a couple of good ones. I've got a stack of movies that I want to watch that are like that are recommended. So 15 all. Is it a 4 down line from Nakashima goes long 15-30. Alcaraz is cruising. 15-30. Medi's up a break again. Nice. 15-30. There's Nakashima with a good serve. Down the tee, 30 all. All right, 40-30. Nice hitting from Nakashima. 40-30. As Nakashima holds. And it is 3-2. All right. What's up? If you like Budapest, you might like Hugo as well, Scorsese film. Is that the one that's like CG? Like kind of CG? I think I've seen... I know what that movie... I haven't seen it, but I know what that movie... I think I've heard of that movie. I really need to watch Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah, it's really good. It's an interesting story. Kudermetova's out? Of what? Oh, she lost to Buzkova. All right. Pardon me. Alcaraz to the break, 3-2. Alcaraz with the break. I just watched was the 100th like on stream. Nice. Thank you for sticking around. 15 love. Nice serve by Alcaraz. 15 love. Alcaraz serves again. His return goes to front of Alcaraz. Alcaraz puts the winner down the line. 30 love. Alcaraz hits a massive ace down the tee. 40 love. All right, 40 love. As we got a backhand from Nakashima to the back of Alcaraz. Nakashima slice. Goes long. And Alcaraz holds. 4-2. 4-2. All right, 4-2. 4-2. Alcaraz with a break. When is Kyrgios Sabalenka match? I have no idea, but to be honest, I don't care. If that makes sense. Is anyone really worried, I don't know. Like what? I don't know. Like, is anyone like writing that down in their calendar as like a big milestone for like that? It was done like 50 years ago. When it was like really important. Like, by the way, Alcaraz just doing Alcaraz things, drop shots, lobs, all that fun stuff. I love 15. Like, I don't understand the point of it. Like, you know what I mean? As Alcaraz hits a backhand winner down the line, love 30. Love 30. Love 30. I don't know when it is, but also I'm not really that... I don't know. I just don't understand why it's... Can somebody explain, chat? Like, to me? Maybe I'm missing something. As Nakashima 15-30. $15.30. As the return goes into the backhand of Nakashima, but it goes wide by Alcaraz, and it's 30-all. In football, soccer, usually the best coaches weren't the best players. Do you think it's the same in tennis? Yeah, to some extent, for sure. Definitely some of the best coaches currently were not world number one Grand Slam champions. You know, Brad Gilbert, Darren Cahill, Patrick Mouratoglou, right? Wim Fizet. I guess Juan Carlos Ferrero is probably the only exception because he was world number one and a Grand Slam champion. But yeah, most of the time, I mean, Uncle Tony wasn't even a professional player, you know, like, so yeah. All right, 40-30. Nakashima to stay in touch as Alcaraz hits a lovely drop shot. Yeah, Ivan Izovic won a slam, but he wasn't top of the world. But yeah, true. I mean, but also with Goran, it's like he coached Djokovic, but we haven't seen him coach enough. Like, he coached Steph for a couple of tournaments, coached Rebecca a couple of times, but he hasn't. We need to see him coach more. You know what I mean? But then again, I mean, he was with Djokovic and successfully for so long. So, as Alcaraz hits the backhand win up, chance to get the double break. All right. Advantage Alcaraz for the double break. Medi versus Zverev. If Zverev wins tonight, yeah, that'd be fun. As the backhand return goes back in Nakashima. Backhand out from Alcaraz. In the forehand, Nakashima. Alcaraz forehand on the stretch. Nakashima down the line as Alcaraz with the backhand cross-court winner. Alcaraz, I mean... Good luck beating this guy. 5-2. Sabalenka Kyrgios will be fun. Why can't we just enjoy ATP versus WTA as fun exhibition, nothing more? Because unfortunately, that's not what people are going to take out of that. It's not just... Like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that can watch it and be like, yeah, that's fun. But I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to take are going to really take the results seriously. And that's the problem. Like, if somebody's like, oh, well, see, Kyrgios beat Sabalenka. So what? What does that prove? It was it was a different time, a different story back in the 70s and 60s when Bobby Riggs took on Margaret Court and Billie Jean King, because the ladies were fighting for something. You know, there was a lot more at stake than just an exhibition, a spectacle, right? It was more, there was a lot more, like the ladies were trying to prove, you know, that they're worthy of being paid, and they, you know, what they do is, you know, their tennis is not any less, right? It was totally different. There was a totally different, like, reason for that happening. Whereas these days, like, I don't get why, like, I don't understand what the point is. like Sabalenka's not, I mean, she wins, great. You know, that's cool, but I don't think it doesn't mean as much as, you know, back in the day when we had this, you know, one of these matches, you know. And if Kyrgios wins, okay. But even if Sabalenka wins, I don't think people would, like, I don't get it. I don't understand why. Like, what's the point? Besides, like, giving a reason for people to say, see, the best ladies player is no good. And you're like, what's the point? And like, why do we need people to think that? That's not true. You try and play Sabalenka and do that. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's not, doesn't make sense. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Dirty love. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe and there's altered rules. I don't know. I don't know. $30.15. I want to see it. Yeah, I mean, look, if it's on, we might watch it. But I don't know if, like, I mean, we shouldn't take the results seriously. I don't think, or maybe we should. It's confusing. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Anyways, slicing the net by Nakashima, 40-15. I mean, maybe we should look at it like when Federer-Sampras played in 2009, and or even like Nadal-Alcaraz at the Netflix Slam. You know, when Rafa was clearly hampered, but Alcaraz was sort of playing along a little bit. I mean, do we just treat it like that? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, Alcaraz wins the first set pretty easily. I don't know. I don't even know when it's on. It's in Hong Kong at some point. All right. First set in the bag for Alcaraz. 18 winners and 6 errors from Alcaraz. That was a crazy set. Crazy set. Crazy set. The point is to make money? Oh, fair enough. But yeah, I feel like we shouldn't think too hard about it. Like Kyrgios versus Sabalenka. Again, I guess it's a different thing than what happened back in the 70s, right? Back then, it was like it had like a real purpose, and there was a reason. There was the Billie Jean King was fighting for women's tennis, right? Sabalenka's not trying to do that. She doesn't need to do that. It's not like if Sabalenka loses to Kyrgios, all of a sudden the WCA don't get the same prize money at Grand Slams. There's nothing on the line. So I think we just should not think too hard about it because it's not. And they're probably not saying it's not. The stakes are not that high. It's just two players playing each other, and we'll probably watch it, but we shouldn't think too hard about it. Like we shouldn't. The result shouldn't. It won't make a difference, or maybe it will. I don't know. Because if Kyrgios loses, what does that mean? If Sabalenka wins, what does that mean? If Kyrgios wins, what does that mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't think too hard. They're going to play each other at some point, and we're going to see what happens, and then we'll move on. I don't know. 15 love. Hands it a backhand from Alcaraz into the forehand of Nakashima. Alcaraz backhand down the line. Nakashima on the stretch. Alcaraz comes in with a half volley drop shot, but it's very loopy, and the winner from Alcaraz. One from Nakashima is easily put away. Cam, stop talking about it. Okay. 30 love. As that goes out by Alcaraz. 40 love. Ah, 40 love. So it goes in the net by Alcaraz on the return, and it's 1 love Nakashima in the second. Don't mind one person voicing their disapproval of your content. Yeah. I got to be better at doing that. Ignoring the bossy people that are telling me how to run things. Why doesn't Margaret Court get enough credit as a GOAT tennis player? She's such a legend. Yeah. I mean, probably. I mean, there's a few reasons. Just Google it and you'll find out why. I mean, you could literally probably just go to Reddit, and somebody on Reddit was probably written a whole thing why her Grand Slams are not as valuable, I guess, or whatever you want to say. But you can. I mean, I'm not going to go through it. She won 24, and one of the greatest players of our sport for sure. 15 love. Joker won't win Shanghai. Okay. Carlos essentially pummels opponents in the first set, so they lose belief and just falter in the second. Yeah, he's pretty savage. 15 love. And we had a fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. There's a backhand return. From Nakashima goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand of Nakashima, the forehand of Alcaraz. Nakashima backhand slice. As Alcaraz hits a slice backhand as well. Nakashima slice again. Alcaraz backhand passing shot. Nakashima volley. Alcaraz lob. Nakashima backhand volley. Alcaraz is there with the backhand. Nakashima with the forehand now. As Alcaraz comes to net, goes down the line with the winner. 30 love. Alcaraz is just so impressive. I know comments are controversial, but I still believe she's an absolute legend. She didn't even play the US many times. Yeah, on court, I mean, again, on court, Margaret Court had one of the best careers we've ever seen. All right, 30 love. Into the backhand slice from Nakashima. And Alcaraz then rips a forehand winner. 40 love. No, it went long. Oh, it went out. It just missed. 30-15. Yeah, we don't need to. Let's move on. We don't need to. Debate whether or not Margaret Court's career is better or worse than other players. As we're back into the net from Nakashima, 40-15. Alcaraz to level this second set. Serving to the forehand of Nakashima, backhand from Alcaraz. Nakashima backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz hits a cross-court winner. All right, 1-1. Alcaraz holds. 1-1. 1-1. All right, back to Nakashima. All right, 1-1. Cam should buy a tennis tournament. Now I want to buy a plane. And get a pilot's license. That's what I want to do next. 15 love. Nice rally from Nakashima. All right, 15 love. As Alcaraz with a backhand as Nakashima's forehand goes long, and it's 15-0. All right. Nice serve from Nakashima. 30-15. 30-15. Buy the Davis Cup from PK and make it good again. He's not in control of it anymore. PK is gone. That's why Davis Cup is getting back to what it was. It's getting better. Like this year's Davis Cup, the way that they formatted it was a lot better with home and away ties and stuff like that. Alcaraz 30-0 with a forehand winner. All right, 30-0. As Nakashima serves again. In the back of Alcaraz, return goes in the front of Nakashima. And Nakashima puts away the winner. 40-30. 40-30. All right, 40-30. As Nakashima holds. And it's 2-1. Two-one. All right. Oh, poor me. All right. What happened? Alcaraz has won the first set. All right. All right, 2-1. Alcaraz with a slice in the net, and it's love 15. Pellini's cruising now. Yeah, what's going on? So Pellini up a 3-love in the second. Okay. Yep, she is cruising. Love 15. Nakashima winning the first point. Love 15. As return goes to front of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz hits a wide. Love 30. A chance for Alcaraz. So Nakashima to do something here in the second. Love 30. Love 30. Serve again from Alcaraz. And the return goes out by Nakashima, 15-30. $15-30. $15-30. As the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it in the corner. Nakashima gets it back. Forehand out in the net by Nakashima. 30-all. $30-all. $30-all as Nakashima overhits the forehand on the return. And it's 40-30. 40-30. As Alcaraz's forehand goes long. All right, it's that time again. Deuce. Get the deuce. Alcaraz playing a sloppy game. All right, deuce. As we go backhand. Nope. Nakashima can't get it. All right, advantage Alcaraz. Who is the best male tennis player of all time? Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic. All right, return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Nakashima forehand down the line. Alcaraz backhand lob. Nakashima with a volley. Alcaraz gets it and hits it down the line. Nakashima passing shot. Alcaraz with a drop volley. Winner. He's so casual. All right, 2-0. Alcaraz is just so casual when he's playing this well. Anyone else hits that shot, we're like, that is the shot of their life. By the way, chat, we're almost at 200 likes. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. We're nearly at 270k, which is insane. All right. Mukova Badosa started. Cool. All right. 2-0. There's a forehand from Nakashima to the back of Alcaraz. Alcaraz overhits it. It's 15-love. $15-love. As Nakashima serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, 30-love. Big 3 under threat if Big 2 continues winning all slams. No, not really. They're a long way away still. 6 is still a long way away from 24. If they both get to 10, then we can, then we'll have a chat. If they both get it's going to take 2 more years if they both keep doing what they're doing to win 10, right? For Alcaraz. So he'll be in 10 in 2 years, and then in 2 years he'll be, 24, 25? As Alcaraz hits a lovely winner, it's 30-15. If Alcaraz gets a 15 before he's 30, then that's when we start talking about what could happen, right? So he's still got to win another 9 or 10 in the next 5 years, which should happen, right? I mean, he's tracking that way, right? 30-0. With a serve from Nakashima. Into the back of Alcaraz. Return goes in the front of Nakashima. Alcaraz backhand to the volley of Nakashima. Alcaraz gets it with a lob. No, he didn't get there. He just couldn't get there. 40-30. $40-30. 40-30. There's a bit of fault from Nakashima. Second serve. A bit of backhand return in the forehand of Nakashima. Alcaraz forehand cross-court winner. We get the deuce. All right, deuce. As Nakashima serves again. A fault. Second serve. Which player do you think is most likely to challenge Alcaraz for slams? I don't know. No idea. As the return goes into the forehand of Nakashima, Alcaraz slice. As Nakashima backhand down the line in the net. Advantage Alcaraz to get the break. Six at 22. The other ones had. The other one is 4. Yeah, but also didn't Becker have 6 at 22? I'm pretty sure. Verlander and Becker had 6 at 22, and they didn't. Well, Becker didn't win one more. So, again, he's got it. Once he gets to 15, that's when we can start. Even then, he's still 9 behind, right? I mean, he's still not close. That goes out by Alcaraz. And again, look, you guys. Some of you guys always ask me the questions that always make me sound like I don't like Alcaraz or Sinner. But I'm just trying to give you an honest answer. You know? Just trying to give you an answer that's realistic. You know what I mean? And the realistic answer is we shouldn't be talking about this until he's at least at 15. Because 6 and 24 is so far apart still. There's so much more time that needs to pass. So let's enjoy him getting, I say this every time, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just enjoy it. Instead of being well, when he gets to 25, then we'll enjoy it. That's a bad way to live. That's a bad way to go. Just enjoy when he gets to 7, when it takes the next step forward. Don't look at Djokovic and go, if he's not better than Djokovic, he's not good. That's not true. Enjoy number 6, number 7, number 8, right? Enjoy those times. Enjoy them. Don't look too far ahead. You'll miss all the good stuff. Anyways, advantage Alcaraz. As he hits backhand cross court, Nakashima's there with a slice. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. There's Nakashima forehand again to the forehand of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz hits a win up. Jeez. You put Alcaraz on the run, you think you're going to win the point. But Alcaraz just has that lethal forehand. All right. Alcaraz cruising now. I'm trying to find I did a whole bunch of work. And I can't find where I put it. Okay, here we go. I found it. So just to put it again, I want to put this into context just so that you guys don't, again, we give Alcaraz a bit of a break. So Nadal had 5 at 22. Borg had 6 at 22. Becker had 5 at 22. Only went on to win one more after that. Verlander had 4 at 22. So he is tracking, and look, Borg retired early. We know that. Borg had 11 by 25 and then didn't win anymore because he retired. Courier had 4 at 22 as well, which is interesting because he had more than Sampras and Agassi, yet they overtook him, right? But the next couple of years are crucial because when you look at Nadal, between 22 and 25, he went from 5 to 10. So he doubled his slams in the span of a couple of years. Federer went from 3 to 11 between 22 and 25, right? So the next few years are going to be crucial for Alcaraz to add to that total. And Borg went from 6 to 11 in that time as well. Djokovic went from 2 to 8 in the span of those years. So again, if by 25 he's got double digits, which is what the GOATs all have, that's when it's interesting. So once he gets to 25, if he's got 10 or more, then we can have this conversation. He might have 10 or more in a year, right? Mathematically. But, yeah, if he gets to 10 before or by 25, then he's really on track. Sampras, by the way, at 25 was on 7, and he ended at 4. He took 5 years to get to 14, but he doubled his slam tally after 25. Obviously, Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal all had double digits at 25 and doubled their totals after that. Borg had 11 at 25 and then retired. Becker had 5 at 25 and then only won 1 more. So, yeah. So, if he gets to double digits by then we can have a conversation about, okay, well, now what? Now what's realistic, you know? But at the moment, he's on 6. Let's enjoy him getting to 10. So many things can happen, right? So much can happen in tennis. So much. Nothing is guaranteed. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. All right. Alcaraz serves out wide. And Nakashima hits it out in the return. 40-15. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that Alcaraz might leave tennis relatively early. I hope I'm wrong, though. Yeah, I feel you. There's definitely a vibe that Alcaraz, if he will retire if he's not having fun. 4-2. Alcaraz holds. And, and look, hopefully he does. I mean, he said that before. Like, he said that in his documentary, didn't he? He said that if he's not enjoying his tennis, then he doesn't like to play, you know? So there is that risk. I mean, Agassi had that. Borg had that, right? They both didn't enjoy it and they stepped away, you know? I think Verlander even stepped away at a young age too, you know? So hopefully, for our sake, he keeps enjoying his tennis for a long, long time so we can watch him for a long, long time, you know? So if the man wants to go to Ibiza, let him go to Ibiza. Let him go to Ibiza so we can watch him. The more times he goes to Ibiza, the more the more years we get out of Alcaraz. 15 love. As Nakashima serves. Alcaraz returns into the forehand of Nakashima. Alcaraz with a forehand cross court. Nakashima can't get that one. Alcaraz puts away the winner. And it's... Oh, no, he missed it, did he? Oh. Went wide. All right. 30 love. Just missed. All right, 30 love. All right, first serve was a fault. Second serve. As the return goes to forehand, Nakashima. Backing it from Alcaraz is a drop shot. Nakashima gets it, but hits it long. 30-15. Lovely drop shot, Alcaraz again. By the way, chat, we're almost at 200 likes. Appreciate that. All right, 30-15. As that goes out by Alcaraz on the return, 40-15. $40-15. As Alcaraz returns the front of Nakashima, he hits it back behind Alcaraz, and it's 4-3. Alcaraz with a set and a break. Cam going back to doing house chores soon. Yeah, I want to. I need to fix my house. It's a shambles. It's all over. It's a total mess, my house. There's just stuff everywhere. All right. Is Sinner playing later today? No, he's playing tomorrow. He gets a day off today. He'll play tomorrow. So tomorrow we've got Sinner. Wait, actually, when is Sinner playing? Sinner's playing at the same time as Swiatek, right? Yeah, Sinner's playing tomorrow afternoon, which will be first thing in the morning probably in Europe. And then Swiatek's playing at the same time, which is helpful. And then after that, we've got Raducanu Pegula, which I think is match of the day. Zverev Medvedev could be a match on at night. We'll see what happens. And then Alcaraz is playing against Ruud tomorrow night, local time. So Brooksby versus Fritz. Winner plays Alcaraz Ruud. We could be getting an Alcaraz Fritz rematch. Are you kidding me? Already? There's no shot. We get a Fritz. Hang on. Alcaraz Fritz rematch. One of the most controversial wins of the year. We get a rematch of that already? That's wild. That is going to be, I hope we get it. I hope we get it. I didn't even realize that there were even a chance of meeting. That's crazy. That is crazy. I didn't even realize that they were both playing in this same tournament. Fritz Alcaraz rematch. Brooksby's going to win, though, isn't he? Brooksby's going to beat Fritz, isn't he? We're not getting that. It's going to be Brooksby Alcaraz in the final. Brooksby's going to beat Fritz, isn't he? I know. I've seen this before, chat. Don't get your hopes up. All right, it's going to be Fritz. It's going to be Brooksby. All right, don't get your hopes up. 15 love. All right, 15 love. As a return from Nakashima goes out, 30 love. Fritz ain't beating him. What, ain't beating Brooksby? Nah, Fritz, it's not supposed to be. Nah, Brooksby is going to make the final. It'll be Brooksby Alcaraz in the final. Fritz will lose in like a third set tiebreak or something. Anyways, good serve and volley. Alcaraz 40 love. We've seen this before, and we get our hopes up, and then we gotta just keep expectations low. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, it's not going to happen anyway. So let's not even like consider it. It's not going to happen, and if it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't, it's not going to happen. So don't worry about it. All right. Alcaraz serving volleys, but misses this one, 40-15. 40-15. Alcaraz to go to 5-3. As Alcaraz puts away the winner, 5-3. Alcaraz in the second. Cruising at the moment. All right. See a busy day tomorrow. Busy day. Carlos is Ruud next, not Brooksby. I know. All right. Nakashima serving to stay in the match. Serving to stay in the match, Nakashima. And he serves the fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand, Nakashima. Backing up from Alcaraz. As Nakashima goes the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz overhits it. 15 love. As Alcaraz puts away that winner, 15-0. "22 winners on the forehand side by Alcaraz today." What the hell? What is that? That's crazy. All right, serving to the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes in the backhand of Nakashima. Alcaraz backhand pass. Nakashima volleys. Alcaraz forehand. Winner down the line. Again, just forehand winners all day, every day. 15-30. As return goes out by Alcaraz. 30-0. 30-all. As Nakashima serves again. And Alcaraz returns back in Nakashima. Back in Alcaraz. Into the slice of Nakashima. Alcaraz forehand drop shot. And Nakashima gets it with a slice. And then Alcaraz with a passing shot. Just missed. 40-30. Nakashima surviving. 40-30. 40-30. Also Badosa and Mukova. Mukova's up a break. 40-30. We get a fault second serve. As Alcaraz returns, Nakashima forehand open court. Alcaraz gets it back. Nakashima comes to the net. Alcaraz the pass. Too good. I mean, if Alcaraz gets the ball back, good luck. Like, it doesn't matter if he hits a defensive slice forehand on the stretch. If it goes in the court, he's still going to win the point. Like, if he gets it back, doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Like, he gets that slice. If it goes in, it doesn't matter if it's a short ball that goes. I mean, it doesn't matter. As long as he hits the ball back, he's going to win the point. As Nakashima hits that one wide off a defensive return. And again, that wide shot by Nakashima was because of the previous point where Alcaraz got it back. And Nakashima was a little too safe. And then he went too far. Match point Alcaraz to take the straight sets win and play Casper in the semis tomorrow. Advantage Alcaraz. Seven to the backhand of Alcaraz. Return to the backhand of Nakashima. Alcaraz backhand down the line in the net. Deuce. All right, deuce. Serve again. And the back of Alcaraz. Return goes short. Or goes... Oh, Nakashima hits it wide again. Again, just missing the easy ones now, Nakashima, because he knows how quick Alcaraz is. Advantage, Alcaraz. Match point number 2. Will Fritz make the final? I don't think so. Brooksby's going to spoil the party. All right. Advantage, Alcaraz. Serving to the back of Alcaraz. Turn goes in. Nakashima forehand. Winner. Puts that one away. Back to deuce. Rip rude. Okay. Deuce. As Nakashima serves the 4-second serve. As Alcaraz comes in and puts it away. Off the line. All right, advantage Alcaraz. Match point number 3. Match point 3 for Alcaraz to take his spot in the semi-finals of Tokyo. As a return goes into the forehand of Nakashima. Slice from Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Nakashima. Alcaraz forehand in the net. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Three match points have been saved. All right, back to deuce. Serve again. He's an ace. All right. Nakashima gets a game point. Serving the back of Alcaraz. Return goes into the front of Nakashima. Alcaraz can't get that. All right. Nakashima holds. It's 5-4. He's going to serve for the match. Good fighting by Nakashima. All right. Rude ain't beating Alcaraz. Yeah. It's going to be very tough. Very tough. All right. Alcaraz is going to serve for the match. Zach.
By Draper, go pies black circle white circle black circle white circle.
Yeah, bro, footy's over, mate. You lost. So, footy's over, mate. It's cricket season. It's cricket season now. If Nakashima wins this match, Cam shaves his head. Nope. False. Untrue. Definitely not going to happen. By the way, the Melbourne Storm in the rugby are in the final. I don't even know if we're good. Are we good? We must be good. We're in the final. Okay. Alcaraz is going to serve the match. All right. Alcaraz serving for the match. Alcaraz sets a fault. Second serve. The return goes back into Alcaraz. Nakashima slice forehand. Alcaraz comes in with a slice backhand, but Nakashima's there with a slice backhand cross court. Alcaraz gets it back though. Too good. Too good. Oh, Alcaraz, he's pulled up sore, Alcaraz, though. He's looking a little sore. He wasn't celebrating like he should on that point. Ridiculous shot. Like, ridiculous. But he was a little like, oh, it's because his foot got caught when he went for the slide. He kind of just like his foot kind of got caught, the one that's the ankle that got strapped. His toe kind of got stuck on the ground as he went for the shot. So maybe a little bit of just not a re-injury, but just looked a little bit sore. Like almost like he bumped it, if that makes sense. Like he just kind of knocked it. So that's why I wasn't celebrating that ridiculous shot, but yeah, it looked a little bit sore after that point. Anyways, 4-1 from Alcaraz is the winner. Yeah, Alcaraz is not. He's definitely taking it a little bit cautious here. 30 love. He's okay, but it looks like he just sort of like, yeah, just sort of like knocked it, I guess. Like knocked his ankle. And he's just treading a little lightly, but he's still winning. 30 love. As he serves a fault. Second serve, Alcaraz. Yeah, crazy good shot. But you could tell by his lack of reaction that and the way he was like just the way he was looking, he didn't seem too happy about it. Drop volley winner by Alcaraz. Yeah. I think Alcaraz just wants to get out of here. He doesn't really care about these amazing shots. He's hitting these ridiculous shots and he's just kind of just like, all right, hurry up. Let's get out of here. Let's move it on here. He's just... I think Alcaraz is just a little bit nervous about the foot in this game. He's not celebrating any great shots. He's going to return now to the front of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz hits away. Yep, he hits the winner. All right, Alcaraz, 2 great forehands and a couple of crazy slice cross-court winners. And no real celebration. Yeah, he did kind of knock his ankle in the last game, so probably just a little like happy to be off the court so he can go figure out, Again, I don't think it's serious. I don't think it's like, he's worried about not playing tomorrow, but just maybe a little bit like, oh no, like I bumped my leg. Oh no, maybe a bit of a shock, right? But he gets it done, and he is into the semis. He's going to play on Casper Ruud tomorrow, which will be very interesting for both, especially for Ruud, to see what he can do. If he can do anything, against Alcaraz. All right. GG's. All right. I can't imagine Ruud winning a set. Yeah, not if Alcaraz plays like that. By the way, what happened with Badosa Mukova? Badosa retired. That's a shame. That's a shame. Working together in Labour Cup might help Ruud. Yeah, Ruud might have got some insights, on in that matchup. So yeah, maybe Ruud maybe he learned something about Alcaraz when they were together in the Labour Cup that he could maybe use against him. But if Alcaraz plays like that, no one can beat him. No one's beating him. No one. By the way, Hon is beating Bencic, which is great for Australian tennis. But yeah, we'll watch that tomorrow. Be this about this time tomorrow night will be Alcaraz versus Ruud. So that'd be lots of fun. Especially after seeing Fritz beat him, but I never doubt Carlos. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like that match, out of all the Laver Cup matches, that match was the one that like that was the one that really divided the tennis world. You know, did it matter? Does it count? Blah 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 blah. So it would be fun to see a rematch so soon after. And look, I have no doubt that if Alcaraz and Fritz play in the final in this tournament, Alcaraz will win. Like, I don't think after that loss, Alcaraz is going to be on this like he's scared of Fritz, right? There's a lot of different things that went into that match, right? There's a lot of different reasons why that match went the way it was. Now, if we do get that match, I expect that Fritz is going to go in with a different confidence than he did maybe the previous matches they've played. Like, I think he's going to go in with like a more belief, right? Definitely more belief. But I don't think it'll be enough. I think Alcaraz will come out and just kind of, again, maybe just kind of come out to prove a point and go, you know what? Yeah, you got me then, but that was different, you know? I hadn't played for a couple of weeks, you know? I had Europe, all of Team Europe on my back, right? I was tired, you know? I had to carry the team. It was heavy, right? You know, different circumstances. So it will be interesting if they do play, though. But again, like I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves because it's not going to happen because Brooksby will win and beat Fritz, so Alcaraz will play Brooksby. Like, that's how it's going to be. That's how it is, right? I'll tell you what, if we do get them playing, though, I'm way more interested in how Fritz is going to play. Because I don't really care if Alcaraz wins. Like, it's like, he should win, right? He should have won at the Laver Cup. So I'm not like, I think the thing that is going to be most interesting if they do have a rematch will be Fritz. Because if Fritz does lose, but plays a certain style, that'll be interesting. But if he loses by playing his usual game and goes back into his default mode, right, and Alcaraz mauls him, that is disappointing because you go, well, what did Fritz learn at the Laver Cup? So it will be interesting if they do play, but they won't because, of course, Brooksby will win and beat Fritz. But if they were going to play, I feel like a lot more... if you're focusing on whether or not Alcaraz is going to have mental scars, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Don't be focused on... Alcaraz is going to be fine. Like, he's not bothered by him losing to Fritz. He's fine. I mean, look what happened the day after Fritz. He smoked Cerundolo like he had something, like he was angry. He was pissed off, right? He blamed Cerundolo for the loss, right? So yeah, I'll be really keen to see how Fritz plays if they play, but they won't because Brooksby will win. But if they did play next time they play, whenever that is, on Monday or in a month, it'll be interesting. Anyways, we have to watch Ruud first and see what Ruud can do against Alcaraz, and if Ruud has any answer, because let's be honest, not many players have any answers about against Alcaraz, right? No one really knows what to do. Not even Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner's trying to change his entire game, and we saw how that went yesterday. No, I'll see you later, DJ. Labour Cup turf is also very unique, so conditions do play a role. Yeah, but you would have thought the conditions of the Labour Cup would have favoured Alcaraz. Well, I would have thought because of the slow courts and Indian Wells style. But then again, Fritz maybe, the slower conditions maybe didn't hurt him as much as we thought. Obviously. Anyways, it'll be interesting if they play, but they won't. But if they do, but they won't. But if they do, but they won't. Carlos will win without even breaking a sweat, okay? Cool. All right. Well, I'm out of here. And we're back tomorrow to do it all again. Pretty busy day tomorrow. We've got Sinner, we've got Alcaraz, we've got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So make sure you join us then. Swiatek's playing. We've got Raducanu Pegula's tomorrow as well. So there's some really good matches tomorrow. Some really interesting matchups. Ruud Alcaraz is interesting too. Ruud Alcaraz is definitely on that list of interesting matches as well. So yeah. Shanghai draw comes out tomorrow as well. It'll be a busy day tomorrow. Do you really think Brooksby will beat Fritz, or are you being sarcastic? Well, I'm never. What do you mean sarcastic? I'm never sarcastic. More just Carlos wasn't prepared for how Fritz was going to play. Plus, Andre won't be there to hype man. Yeah, it'll be more like will Fritz have Agassi? Again, they're not going to play. It doesn't matter. Brooksby's going to beat Fritz. We're not allowed to have that match yet. It's the tennis gods. I mean, if you're asking me if I'm being sarcastic, no, it's the tennis. Like the tennis gods will not allow that match to happen. They know when that match needs to happen, and they'll make it so. It's not up to us. It's not up to Fritz. The tennis gods will make it so when it needs to happen, and I think it's too soon. So I'm not the god. I'm just trying to guess what the gods are thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. There's no curse. I'm not cursing anybody. The tennis gods will not make that happen. But they'll make Brooksby win because we're talking about it too much. That's what happens, right? We discuss things. We're like, oh, Fritz rematch. Oh. And then all of a sudden, the tennis gods have other plans and they say, nah, Brooksby's getting a chance at Alcaraz. And we're just going to have to wait for Fritz versus Alcaraz in the future, which might be the ATP finals, right? That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. That's what happens. The tennis gods will decide when we get a rematch. We don't get to be excited about it. We don't get excited over it, right? It's not up to us. It's not even up to Fritz. It's whenever the tennis gods they'll give us that match when they think it's right. We just gotta wait, all right? That's why Brooksby's going to win, because I know that we don't get what we want, because it's not up to us. Brooksby's going to win and beat Fritz, and then we're going to not get the match. So let's not talk about it. Let's not get our hopes up. Tennis gods have other plans, all right? Anyways, I'm out of here. Alcaraz wins 6-2, 6-4, and he is into the semi-finals. Jay.
LFG Carlos. Vamos. Thanks, Cam. Hate to see him have to play against Casper.
It'll be interesting. I hope Ruud puts up a big fight. We haven't watched Ruud much lately, so it's good that we get to see Ruud. Ruud, by the way, is fighting for an ATP final spot, so he's got a lot to play for tomorrow against Alcaraz. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be really interesting. Hopefully Ruud can put on a show, so then that way we can get a bit of a, it would be cool to see Alcaraz and Ruud have a bit of a battle. It'd be a bit disappointing from Ruud if he was to get mauled. So I kind of hope that I hope we get a little bit of our money's worth tomorrow. And Ruud, because Ruud's going to have to play Alcaraz at the ATP finals if he does qualify. So it's a good chance for Ruud to prove himself, prove himself as an ATP finals candidate. Anyways, Alcaraz wins 2-4. He's into the semis. We'll talk about. We'll watch him tomorrow, and also we'll be watching Sinner tomorrow. Watching Swiatek tomorrow. Pegula Raducanu is on tomorrow. So much tennis tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for hanging out. Alcaraz wins.